Whoa, hello. Hi, hi, hi. Um, Unscheduled stream today. I just wanted to study and get some work done, but also like hang out and chat with you guys. So that's the plan. I got some little music I'm gonna be playing, and I'm just gonna be doing work, answering questions, looking at chat. Real relaxed, no real goal for this particular stream. Yeah. A little quieter. I don't want it to be like overpowering. There we go. Cool. Feel free to come in, hang out, get some stuff done. Um, if you have stuff you've been procrastinating, putting off, I got stuff like that too. So I'm gonna work on it. I'm realizing my eyes are gonna look like they're closed a lot because I'm looking down at my papers. I'm not asleep, I promise. Thank you. It's just an asset I downloaded. I thought it would look better if I was like sitting down doing stuff. I wish there was a green one, but all they had was like, oh, I can't even see chat. Here, let me put something up. It was this super bright lime green. It didn't even match my hair. There we go. I just looked up like copyright free cute music. This is a little more I don't know, it's different from what I thought it would be, but we'll roll with it. How are you doing this fine Sunday? It is Sunday, right? Probably. I hope so. Good, 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 good. I'm doing good. Got to sleep in a little bit. I had some leftover veggie fried rice. It was good. Um, yeah. Yesterday I spent all day like cleaning and catching up on stuff, so I've been able to actually like sit down and focus on work today. No, Susan! Anything new going on? Well, I'll just put quiet jungle sounds on till I figure out the music situation. Um, hmm. Well, I had that collab the other day with Stories. That was a lot of fun. Planning a scary game collab with some other folks. I feel like I heard some important game news the other day I want to talk about. Oh, there is an Overwatch My Hero collab thing going on, which is interesting. I actually like a lot of the skins. A couple of them are a little but I watched My Hero way back yonder, and I've been kind of like catching up with the recent seasons, so that's pretty cool for those Overwatch players. And thank you. It was a lot of fun. I like playing Stardew with her. It's a fun time. I added some of the. I wishlist a couple of the Steam games so I could get notified if any of them go on sale. The scary games that I really want to play. I added more water to my turtle tank, so he swims around really high up, and he's been chasing me, which is cute. Yeah, I think last stream I was talking with Stories about like some of the really old like classic like game maker games, the horror games. Like Witch's House, which she said she played through some of it. Eve, like that, the classic stuff that you like watch others play because you're too spooked to play. I.e., I did that, and now I might be the one playing, so people that are scared can watch. Yeah, they're all on Steam too, which is cool. I don't know where I thought they would be. I guess I thought they'd be more like difficult to find, or like on like a game maker site or something. But yeah, Eve's for sale for like, not for sale, but it's $13. All of them are like $5 to $15 on Steam, so it's pretty cool. No crowd control. I don't know why it's crowd control's always here. I have it enabled, I just haven't like synced it with any game yet. Anyway, can I find some music that will not give me random ads for random places? Kevin McLeod is suggested on this Reddit thread I'm looking at. He's the one who did all the goofy music for that people did for like CS:GO videos back in the day. I have an ad blocker. What if I... Okay, this hopefully shouldn't give me any ads. If it does, we might be hacked. Yeah, glad you like it. I like doing collab streams. They're a fun way to like break up other like just me. No more jungle sound, please go away. Yeah, I'm loving streaming Ark right now. It's really fun. I didn't think I'd have as much fun with it just playing on my own, but it's like, I don't know, it's having you guys and talking to you guys while I play it is a ball. I'd like to get a bunch more frogs next time I play. I can't just have the one, I gotta have like 5 at least. Oh, I've also been making a inspiration sheet for Eliza 2.0. Not that I'll be able to like make that come to fruition anytime soon, but it's been like exciting drawing in different points of inspiration, making like color palettes, inspiration for new backgrounds, that type stuff. It's cool. It's exciting, and now I have a very concise page to provide to the artists that I have do it. I found you yet on art. You wanted to be a raptor, right? Yes. So I had not been able to find a raptor for like days and days and days. And then finally I go out, not looking for a raptor finally, going to get like an Argy and the Therizinosaur, and what do I see running around but raptors? It's always in that game you find the dinosaur you're like looking for when you're not looking for it. So hopefully next time I play I can get at least one or two. There's always been an alpha around them though, which you can't tame, so that's gonna make it a little annoying. Cause isn't it like when you kill the alpha gets transferred to someone else? You gotta like get it away from the alpha or trap it or something. Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably have to make a closer tame box somewhere because I don't think I can carry them from the redwoods over the swamp without it like killing my bird, unless I get the bird like super beefed up. Which is also a possibility, but that would probably mean I couldn't get you as a raptor for a couple streams. Which sucks because we've already... How many ARC streams have I had? Like 3? Hold on, I can check. Peep my YouTube. Yep, 3. 3 ARCs. Crazy. I believe so. Yeah. My lizard's eating his salad. Attaboy. I'm trying to get him nice and chumped up and full of food before brumation season. It's getting cooler, which means he's going to get sleepier. And I won't be able to hold him as much, which is a bummer and a half. Do you have that little bit thing by your name because you're like the top bit person? That's so fun. Trying to get ahead on some stuff. Are channel points working for you? Yeah. So I think we got them figured out. I need to get little pictures set for them so people like know what they're spending their points on. But yeah, people have been getting them to work. Oh boy, I almost made a whole $1 the other day from ads. But that's so funny. How ads work on this site are so interesting. Two-factor authentication, my beloved. Almost October. One of my favorite months. Not just because of Halloween, I just appreciate it cooling down. Any games I'm excited to play? Yes, so let's see. Let me pull up the old list. So I want to get like a Flash thing working and play some old cool math games. Like Run, that duck game, I think it's called Duck Racing or Raise a Duck or something. I need to go back and get through Sky. I want to do a viewer engagement stream with like RimWorld or Minecraft or something, which would be fun. Fall Guys. Oh, I'd like to play Fall Guys. I get mad frustrated with that game. But especially what I'm excited for, and I've talked about it a couple times on stream, is the Elder Scrolls series. But I would like to... Hello, welcome back, Doodle Soul. We're talking about some future games planned. I want to play through the Elder Scrolls series, play through it backwards, right? Start with Skyrim. And I have Oblivion and Morrowind, so I'd like to play through those on stream too. But before I do those, I'd like to like get some like custom starting screens and stuff. So I don't know if I'd want to wait until Eliza 2.0 for that. So it would be like, I wouldn't have to change the starting screen with the new model and everything. Hades. I hadn't thought about that before. It's a very pretty game. It's very pretty and I heard it's very highly rated. Let me write that one down. I hadn't considered that. I've watched some people play it. I don't know much about it though. Is it like, trying to think of something to compare it to. Hey, welcome Road, welcome. We're talking games. I know Hades is isometric and like it's not necessarily a beat 'em up. I'm trying to remember the word. A dungeon? A roguelike? Is that what I'm thinking of? Oh, also for subs, if Twitch has approved them all. They've only approved 2 of them. Super fun, busy, 100%. I animated some of the emotes. So if you are subscribed, these are the ones, yeah, I sent one twice, but there's the scared one and the sad one that have been animated for subscribers, which is exciting. And I have the happy one and the angry one, which I submitted to be lightly animated too, that I don't know if Twitch has approved yet. Which I don't know why, I just made them move. Yeah, there it is. Real sad. Yeah, I haven't quite gotten any new, like, sub-specific emotes commissioned yet, but I thought it would be, like, fun to have something, you know? Yeah, there's 2 they haven't gotten pending approval. Which is a little silly, but that's alright. Story is super fun to piece together, also it is a roguelike. I'm sure I was super into, like, mythologies. I always checked out the Greek and Egyptian Norse mythology books from the library as a wee hatchling. So I can always appreciate some Greek mythology games. I heard the sequel's good. It's a Melanway? It's like his... Is it his sister? Half-sister? I don't know. She's related somehow. She's important. But that one looks pretty too. I don't even remember who the big bad is. Is it Kronos? He's the big bad in number 2, but I don't know who number 1 is. Is it his dad? Is he fighting his dad? I've watched a couple clips. I haven't, like, seen a full playthrough of it. Yeah, Hades. This music is super, exciting. Last time I did a study stream, it was just rain noises. His sister. Ah. Sick. Kronos in second game. Yeah, I saw the model for Kronos. Yep. What am I studying? Biology, if you'd believe it. Did I base my entire personhood around the color green in biology and reptiles and amphibians? The answer is yes. The answer is absolutely yes. So I am taking a couple biology classes. This one specifically is on diseases in wildlife and affecting wild populations. And I'm putting together some pamphlets on some of the different chapters and things we've gone over. One is due a week, so I am getting a little bit ahead so I can focus on my bigger papers and presentations and that sort of stuff. But this is relatively easy and I can do it while talking to people, so you suck at bio. Your father's a bio teacher. I used to not be as good at it, but I don't know. It's when I became interested in it. When I got a pet lizard, it all changed. Subjects become easier if you actually like them. I used to be more of an English person. I'd like write poetry and read all the big fancy books, and I still love reading. But now I like reading nonfiction more on critters. What I really like is those really old, like 1800s books where like they don't super know what's going on and they describe a species, and the way they describe it and draw it is always so funny. Like I had one and there was like a picture of a turtle and it looked so strange, and they were like, he has short stubby legs and his carapace is rounded and stout, and it's like, yes it is. Yes, that's so true. I find it very entertaining to read the thoughts of people long past on animals that I know and love now. An art project. Ooh, what kind of art? Sculpture, painting, charcoal? Are you scrapbooking? Your game is done downloading? Cool! Thanks for coming and saying hey for a bit. Go have fun. Enjoy your Sunday. You're always welcome in the pond. Are you perhaps making a sculpture out of marble? I'll pose for you. Oh, yes, I remember that. I remember. Yes, wood blocking. I would get so many splinters. Even though you're just drawing it, I would still manage to get splinters. Stardew! Yeah, what year are you on? And who are you courting, if anyone? Kind of bopping to this music, I'm gonna be honest. It's like some music they'd play before like a top 5 Fortnite battle royale dubs, you know? Been like a year. Oh man, I'm gonna get back. If you have any kids in the game, they're gonna be like, where have you been? We have been starving. We ate the cows. Oh, I've been seeing this animation by oh, it's someone named Cass. It's this animator. They're very famous online. Doodles by Cass or something. And they recently animated Nintendogs. Any of y'all ever played Nintendogs? Oh, I'm about to get into it. I'm about to talk. I'm about to yap. Dating both Leah and Sebastian. Oh, don't let them catch you. They might be a little cross if they find out. Nintendogs. Your girl was a Nintendog's head back in the day. You played it. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You're cultured. You are cultured. Excellent. So, I have played Nintendogs and Nintendogs and Cats. If there has been a release since then, I haven't heard of it. It's probably there probably was one for Switch or something, right? But I kind of fell off. Anyway, and they animated so well. What was it like? The taking them for the walk. You remember how you drew out the walk diagram beforehand, and they'd find like presents for you, and Archie and the other guy who would head the obstacle courses, like the competitions. I was fire at those. I was not good at the frisbee ones. I just couldn't get the movement down. But I remember when Nintendogs and Cats, I about peed myself. That was so exciting. So exciting. I have poured stupid amounts of hours into those games. And I remember I used to see online, now I, obviously know it's fake now, but ways to make your dogs have puppies. And they were like, put a rose on the girl and put a shamrock collar on the boy dog, even though I don't even remember I think the dogs they were identified. Yeah, the dogs could be girls and boys. And feed them this certain food, and then when you come back, there'll be a puppy. And there was like this YouTube video that I saw that like they came back in the next day and there was a puppy, and I was like, oh. So I tried it, and I never got it to work. But of course now I know that was fake. But it was one of the earliest forms of like in Pokemon, when you'd like tell your word of mouth, you tell your friends the secret codes to get things, and then the internet existed and action replays existed. I was also a big Style Savvy gal. So I had Style Savvy and Style Savvy Trendsetters. And then there were more after that, but I never got into them. And man, I loved those games. The original was one of those where you turned your DS on its side. And I thought that was so fun. And now I've gone back and tried to do it, and I don't know how I played on the 3DS's screen. It's so small. But I've also been spoiled by my big PC screen. Thank you, Coffee. Excellent point. I also think that Style Savvy was a mark, a very important mark in history of girl-themed games. What do you think, bud? My lizard's watching my audio thing that my bars go up and down. Do you like the colors? What a fun guy. If only there was a bearded dragon themed game like Nintendogs. Instead of walking them, you put them on the floor and watch them skitter around and hide under a piece of furniture, and you're like, ah, and then you gotta spend like half an hour trying to lure them out with a bug. Maybe like 30 seconds with this guy. He's a fiend for bugs. But if he finds somewhere really comfy and doesn't want to come out, goodness help anybody that wants to get him out. I always lizard-proof the room before I let him out, though. I like cover up where the vent is so he doesn't get cold. Cover doors. lift up any power strips off the ground, because if he sees a blinking red light on the power strip, uh-oh. And I'm just terrified he'll lick it and get fried. So we always gotta be careful, right, bud? And if there's any tanks he can reach, I make it so he cannot reach them and get on the top with the hot bulb. Oh, I love Nintendogs. What fun memories. I'm about to peep something. Nintendogs releases. Because I think they released one for the Switch, but it was under a different name. Sequels. Nintendogs and Cats for the 3DS. Yeah, but I know there was another one released for like Switch that came under a different name. Nintendogs. Oh wait, were they remastered for the Switch? Oh no. It's just on the Nintendo website. I don't know. I'm like fairly certain there was another Nintendogs released. But it was under a different name. The only game you ever played on DS was Mario Kart and Cooking Mama. Oh. I took a trip to a foreign country when I was younger. I saved up all summer and worked to do it. And I remember before my flight, I was on my bed, on my stomach, kicking my little feet in the air, playing Mario Kart to try to take my mind off the plane ride, because it was my very first plane ride and I was really anxious. So to take my mind off it, I played Mario Kart. Now when I think of that Mario Kart for the DS, that's what I think of. I think of my flight. Never played Cooking Mama though. Closest I got was Pokemon Platinum, the Poffin making minigame. Which I was fire at, mind you. Fire. They called me the Poffin Queen. Who's they? Who's they that called me that? Don't worry about it. But they did. Trust. I was a massive DS kid. My grandmother Gator quilts a lot, and she quilted, I don't even know what it was. It was this little pouch with a zipper on it. So it's just like a little pocket, and it might have been for something. I used it to put all my DS games in it. And sometimes I just pour them all out on the ground or on the bed and just look at all of them. It's like a dragon sitting on a pile of gold. That's me sitting on top of lots of DS and 3DS games. That is my treasure. That is my hoard. If anyone takes even one of those games, even one of the really bad Ubisoft, like Imagine Babies, Imagine Pet Hotel, Imagine Vet, any of that, I will bite them. DS were the only things you took everywhere besides, oh, an MP3 player. An actual physical MP3 player. I had an MP3 player, and I talked about it in the past. There was this Barbie game, and someone told me what the name was on stream. I don't remember what it was. But it was one of those online Barbie games where you could get your own house and style yourself, and it was like a social sim. But to get in, you had to buy the MP3 player that you plugged in like a Skylanders, and it connected onto the game. And all I had on the MP3 player were like 4 different Pink songs, and you could decorate it with these clip-on plastic accessories, and I was so excited. Never played so many of them, so many MP3 players. Oh. Did you have like the little iPods with the little buttons, no screens? You remember how you had to download music onto them? I was never old enough to do it myself, but I would always watch my folks do it for me. I'd be like, I want music, and you'd like have to plug it into the actual computer. Yeah. Oh man. I always thought it was so complicated. Ugh. That takes me back. What other games are there? I also had this one game. I'm about to look it up to remind myself. I think it was this Pet Vet Down Under. Pet Vet Down Under, which I will get into in a second. Or no, was it? Huh. Zune. I don't remember those. Do enlighten me. There's this game I had called Pet Vet Down Under in Australia, and if anyone knows what I'm talking about, you like play mini games with the animals, and they had all sorts of different critters. They had kangaroos, wallabies, koalas, dolphins, seals, and it freaked me out because the animals could get like actually really sick and like have parasites and stuff that were like very poorly animated, of course, and you had to fix it. And I was always like, they had this like music that played when the animal got sick. It was just one of those games that freaked me out. Oh, speaking of games that freaked me out, I had this one game. It was like a 3-in-1 like girls game CD that you put into your PC, and it had 3 games on it. I'll tell you exactly what these games were. It was my wedding, like plan my wedding, which was a thing in of itself, and if I can find it online, I will absolutely stream it because oh my gosh, I played the heck out of that game. You like planned a wedding, you like made the dress, made the cake, planned the music, and there were like 3 options, and there were like mini games, and the mini games were fire, and the music was fire, and there was this Hello Kitty game with just a bunch of little like festival carnival games, which was fun. But the kicker was a Nancy Drew game. Remember Nancy Drew, our girl, the detective lady? Yeah, never read the books. But this game was called like Nancy Drew and the Haunted Carousel. And I remember because this game gave me nightmares because I was far too young to be playing it. Because there was this one scene where you went in this wax museum chasing after a guy, and if you messed up the sequence or the puzzle, I kid you not, he pulled out a gun and shot you. In a disc with Plan My Wedding, Hello Kitty Carnival, you got blasted with a Glock in Nancy Drew. Yes! I kid you not. And I like turned it off and I ran to my mom and I'm like, Mom! And she's like, why is this in the game? And you could get like jump scared with a wax figure that looked like very realistic. But there was a gun. Nancy Drew Haunted Carousel. When did this even come out? It came out in 2003. Look up. Yeah, you get electrocuted, and you could also get stuck in your apartment as it burned down. It was so freaky. I'm pretty yeah. I don't know. I genuinely don't think I'm misremembering it, but it was really scary, and I did not play that anymore. But the other 2 games were cute. You know, they were very of their time. The music went hard in the wedding one. Oh man, I wonder if I could find those online. Will I come full circle and stream the entirety of the Nancy Drew game for my lovely hatchlings to watch to make it up to little Eliza? Maybe. I certainly hope there's not a pew pew in there though, and I'm just like misremember. I'm like 90% sure. But the other one, where you got like burned down in your apartment, you like were using the old, you know, hot iron on lemon juice thing to reveal a hidden message. And if you took too long, you'd hear fire sirens and go over to the window and see like fire trucks there, and you'd look behind you and your screen would like fill with smoke, and I was like this is scary. Being a little kid sneaking my iPad to play games, whenever you'd get the connection timed out message, I always thought it was my mom kicking you out of the game and you got scared. Oh, I also, when I saw, when I was on TV late at night on Cartoon Network and Adult Swim came on and the message came on saying like, Adult Swim, kids don't watch this, I thought it was my parents or like somebody was watching me and I was in trouble, so I would turn the TV off and like run and hide. Same with like weather alerts, or like one day a week our TVs would have this like, we're testing the emergency alert system, and I was terrified. I always thought something bad was happening. Is that wishes? That looks like wishes. That's so funny. I would also, I think it was my 3DS, I would play it and like hide it. That's a very good emote. It's very well done, it's very nice. I'd put it under my pillow, but the volume wouldn't go, oh, come on, dude. Not another one. The volume would not go all the way down. So I would like put my finger on the sound thing. Goodbye, bot. Later, Stinky. Boo. Right. Sorry, I drank water. When I drink water, I tweak. Yeah. Noise. I really need to like find out how to mute that. I thought I did. I went in my settings. Heard some other old DS games. You know what? I'm about to go get my little bag of DS games and tell y'all exactly what I have. I'll be right back. All right. Woo. Here I am. Swing it back in with a vengeance. Ooh, chair stream. Yeah, well, I was studying, and now I brought out my old bag of DS games, and we're about to go over the ones that I had. All right. Want to hear some DS game ASMR? Let me move my homework. We don't need that right now. All right. Dump it all over. All right, there we go. I also had an action replay that I got to get Meloetta and Pokemon Black, and I got the wrong code and it corrupted my game and got rid of everything. So I didn't really use it much after that, but I have it. It's right here. Tap, 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 tap. All right, let me organize these. I had a lot of my Sims games, a lot of Pokemon games, a lot of Fire Emblem games. I loved me some Fire Emblem. All right. Oh, Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS. That was something, huh? Scribblenauts. Oh, Scribblenauts. Guys, you remember Scribblenauts? I remember Scribblenauts. Oh, what? These make me like want to make a full video on each of these games. Listen, a lot of these were like hand-me-downs from older cousins and stuff, and I played them long after they were relevant. But we're going back in time today. We're gonna take a minute. Mario, over here. There we go. Where's my... Where's my old Style Savvy game? Oh, you know, a lot of my old games I might have given to my younger Gator sisters. But that's okay. That's okay. They're being used. Alright, starting off, I have 3 My Sims games. A little ASMR. I'll tap, tap, tap. We got My Sims Classic, the original, right? Played this before I actually played Sims. It looks like it's got some corrosion on it. Uh-oh. That's rough. Fun game. Great soundtrack. Oh man. You know what I should do? I'm not gonna do it now because I don't have any pictures or anything set up. I should absolutely tier list all my DS games. That's a video idea. I'm writing that down. Eliza's writing this down. Give me 1 sec. You heard it here first, folks. No script. There. Fantastic. Write this down, write this down. This is content, guys. This is content. Alright. My Sims Classic. My Sims Agents. I got stuck on this one part where you had to follow the chef around. And I never got past it. I also have, and I don't have it with me here today, but I remember I had the My Sims karting game. Surprisingly well done. Goated. Also great music. My Sims just comes out with hits, like every time. Every time the soundtrack is a bop. And My Sims Sky Heroes, which scared me as a kid because you started off crashing and losing your memory and you were in like a hospital. So that freaked me out a little bit. Also pretty well done. It was like a flying game. It kind of looked like Star Fox a little, and just the way it like maneuvered. I say that having never played a Star Fox game in my life, but what are you gonna do? Mario Kart 7 for the 3DS. This was the one I played before my flight. Good game. Great game, even. No notes. I loved it. I thought it was really well done. Even when I writing it down. Even when I got a little bit of that drift going on. It's alright. Didn't bother me none. Tomodachi Life. What isn't there to say about Tomodachi Life? It is one of the games that I would most like a sequel for the Switch's successor. Fantastic game. I would be very surprised if you guys haven't heard of it by now, or played it, or watched content about it. It's fantastic. Great. Like, the food always looked so good. It was so fun. Despite its really simple premise, I never got bored. Ever. I had a blast, and I put, like, stupid amounts of hours into it. And I think I might have told y'all one time, during one Christmas season, I gave my bed to, my grandmother, Gator, and I made myself a little fort on the floor with a sleeping bag and some blankets that I had tied up around furniture to make, like, a tent. And I played that game very late into the night and early in the morning so she couldn't hear. I plugged my little headphones into that. And, a lot of these games have memories like that tied to them for me. This is a bit of a strange one. Legend of Spyro Dawn of the Dragon for the DS. If any of you have played it for the PS3 or like any of the systems, I think it was just made for the PS3 actually. It was a good game. I mean, I don't know about a good Spyro game, but it was a good game on its own. For the DS, it wasn't the same game. You'd have to like look up footage of it for DS. It was nothing like the console original. Yeah, I love Spyro. I'd really like to get like a little Funko Pop of Spyro somewhere around my setup. I have a lot of fond memories of Spyro games growing up, but the DS Dawn of the Dragon did not hit, unfortunately. Let's see, what else do we have here? Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS. Same situation. It was, like, definitely not as good as, like, the Super Smash Bros. Brawl because it was on, you know, it was on the 3DS. It's hardware limitations. But for what it was fine. Like, it was fun to have a little handheld Super Smash Bros. To take around with you. I don't know if I'd trust the network connectivity on the 3DS to get, like, really accurate multiplayer fighting situation going on. What are you gonna do? It is what it is, and it's what you got, right? Drawn to Life. This is one of those games that was a hand-me-down. This was the one I have is the next chapter. He's always close to your brother. That's the classic experience of Super Smash Bros. Though, losing to older male family members, right? Until you get good enough where you beat them. But Drawn to Life. So I've watched some videos on the series to like catch myself up, because I played this completely devoid of any knowledge of Drawn to Life games, like at all. I didn't know anything about like the series. Your younger brother destroys you too. You gotta train. You gotta do nothing but play Super Smash Bros. You gotta watch videos. You gotta learn combos. You gotta learn, what is it called? Nairs? Neutral airs? Edge guarding? I don't know. I'm not a pro at it. I main Sheik. And sometimes I like playing Corrin. And who else do I play? I don't know. I like picking random because I don't really sweat at that. Anyway, Drawn to Life. The end of the game is really rough, and mute me now or pop off if you don't want to hear the spoiler to Drawn to Life, the next chapter for the 3DS. Came out in who knows how long ago. You like leave this wonderful fantasy world and you get like a flashback. 2 kids and their parents get into a car crash and the parents like pass away, and one of the kids like loses an eye or something, and it's like there's this like sad music playing. I cried. I cried in like the family living room when I got to the ending of this game. So like unhinged. So people were like, is it just like in the kid's head who went into like, yeah, you remember what I'm talking about, who went into like a coma? Like this was just all in their head, because when they were bandaged up, they looked like the main characters. So they're like, maybe it was just a way for them to cope with the horrible grief and loss they... I thought I heard the Discord notification. I'm losing my mind. But it was like super dark. Like, I don't know what it was with like DS games getting like weirdly dark sometimes. Definitely gotta like delve into that if I do a video on it. Super Scribblenauts and Scribblenauts. A much lighter entrance into the drawing game franchise. So I had Super Scribblenauts for the DS and Scribblenauts Unlimited for the 3DS. Both excellent games. And this was one of those games where I didn't really have access to the computer, or like didn't really care to. So my cousin put me onto this game, and she actually wrote down on a post-it note or like a napkin like little codes and words you could put into the game to like make the characters do something interesting. Like I don't remember any of them, but it like one was like nuclear and it like made them all green and glowy and weird crap happened. But that was always fun, like telling each other like, hey, if you put this word in, you could make the character like turn into a black hole, you know? Like it was a time of discovery. I did not finish Scribblenauts Unlimited, but I think I finished Super Scribblenauts for the DS. Fun series. I also have with me Nintendogs on the 3DS, Nintendogs plus Cats, the one with the little golden retriever. My regular Nintendogs game, like I said, is probably back home with Sister Gators. But yeah, Nintendogs plus Cats was fun. It was really well made. It's how series should be. If this was made nowadays, it would have microtransactions and you would have to buy the cats separately. That's all I gotta say. Real unfortunate. Also, while we're talking about games, I don't know what situation I was in where I had to like put the Switch cartridge briefly in my, like, I held it in my lips or something, because I was like, I had my hands full and I had to like move it somewhere. I forgot they put like a bitterant on that to keep kids from eating it, because I took it out of my mouth and I was like, bleh, bleh, gross. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the kid they're trying to keep the cartridge out of the mouth of. Nintendo got me. I felt like a fool. Anyway, Style Savvy Trendsetters, I have that here with me. Fun game. I appreciate how you could like go to different stores for like hair, makeup, and nails, and like customize stuff. Good addition to the sequel. There have also been sequels put out for this on the 3DS, or not the 3DS, sorry, the Switch, that are under a different name now. I don't remember what the name is, but the series is continuing, albeit under a different name. So that's something, you know? What else we got? Oh, Pony Friends for the DS, made by Eidos. I've not seen a game made by them since. It was that game. It was like hyper realistic, and you rode, you know, on a horse, and you were like riding through these different landscapes, and your goal was to take pictures of different wild animals, and you could buy different horses and put them in like shows and races and decorate them, and like there was this one mini game where you could like chip the rocks out of their hooves and clean their horseshoes. That was super satisfying, and bathing them was really nice too. It was fun. Also had a bit of like a more mature air about it, just the vibe of everything. I felt kind of melancholy when I played it. Super Mario 64 for the DS. My first and only experience in the Super Mario 64 game. Just basically the original with better graphics, and it played really well for the DS, I remember. It was fire. Fantastic. New Super Mario Bros. I got this one and mostly played multiplayer with my friend, and we would find the turtle shell and just like go as fast as we could on the map trying to kill each other. I didn't play much of the story. And New Super Mario Bros. 2. Papa Gator knew I had a 3DS but didn't know what to get me for my birthday, so he just got me a Super Mario Bros. Game. And I never played much of it, but I appreciated that he tried. It's the like Sonic 06. He knew you had a game system. He'd just like get you a game for it, even if he knew nothing about it. But you know, it welcomed me to some new fun games that maybe I wouldn't have known about before. So, you know, appreciate that. All right, next to the two series I have out right here. I have Fire Emblem, which my first experience in the Fire Emblem franchise was Awakening, and is my favorite game, perhaps for nostalgia's sake, but I also thought it was really well made and like adhered to the game's beginning while also appeasing new people. On the other hand, I also have all of the Fire Emblem Fates games, Physical Birthright and Conquest and Revelation as DLC. I think this one went too far in the direction of appeasing new fans because it is like 90% fan service and frankly very easy, which is a little unfortunate. Fire Emblem Echoes might be tied for first as well, if not because the soundtrack is the best in any Fire Emblem game I've ever heard. I would play it, but I mean, it's Nintendo, it's copyrighted, obviously. The music's fantastic. It is like the old games. It is difficult. It's beautiful, and it adds some lore post-game that I think is really interesting. I've also played Three Houses, which is well made, and I think a nice addition into the series, and I wish they would come out with another mainline game because I do not consider Engage mainline. I don't know, they're probably gonna announce one with Switch too. Alright, all my Pokemon games. I gotta put these in order. At least what I think is the order. First of all, I got Pokemon Rangers in here. Y'all remember that? You gotta like do the little circles around them. I was so bummed out when I learned you couldn't keep them and you'd have to like let them go at some point. Yeah. Wait, what is that? A little, oh, it's a little Pikachu. Yeah, I loved Pokemon Rangers. I had Guardian signs, so the ones with the Pichu and the ukulele. Ukulele. It was cute. I liked it. I think I finished it. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have these in order, but for mainline games here, I have Pokemon Platinum, so that was a hand-me-down as well. I didn't play Pearl or Diamond, I was a Platinum girly, so there were some minor differences, like it was snowier, and you had access to some different stuff. Giratina on top. Giratina fans rise up. Fantastic game. My starter was Piplup. for that. Oh, I gotta tell you all of my starters too. Pokemon Heart Gold. The Pokemon following you, you had all of them. Look, they're good series. I do not blame you. Pokemon Heart Gold was fire. I wish they would go back to pixel Pokemon. I think the 3D models, they're starting to look better, but since Pokemon X, they've just looked very goofy. And I almost preferred the like pixel art. I think I did prefer it. And maybe this is nostalgia talking because I did start with a bunch of pixel games. But Heart Gold was you felt warm, you felt like you actually bonded with your Pokemon. The stadium games, the stadium mini games were fire. The music was great. Both had Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Yeah, fantastic. It was an excellent way to redo Gold and Silver, I think. Pokemon Black and Black 2. I preferred White's Forest over Black's City, but I think it was fun. When it came out, I didn't like it because I'm like, oh, the Pokemon move now and everything's weird, and I like the older games. But looking back, I think it was a fantastic jump to the modern Pokemon we have now. You know, I thought the roster was unique. Again, I'm going back to music. Music was fire. Driftveil City theme, incredible. And it was the way they used the camera and like added height and depth to it was just so cool. The Elite Four were really good too. Yeah, great addition to the series. Oh yeah, for Heart Gold, my starter was Cyndaquil. Typhlosion is my favorite starter of all time because of that, because he was my friend. And Pokemon Black, my starter was Snivy, I think the name was, and I got the snake. Pokemon X. My starter was the Ghost Fox. Fennekin or something. You download an emulator, Nintendo, you saw nothing. You know? I don't really know any other way to stream it. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to stream it from my DS, but... I'm just not picking it up, but I'm shrugging. Pokemon X. I liked it at the time. I liked that it was in France. I appreciated the fashion options, that you could dress up and change how your character looked. I thought that was a cool addition. Also, Mega Evolution, the best gimmick of all the Pokemon games. I do not like how static and doughy the Pokemon looked, but I consider it to be like Oblivion. It did more good for the series, and the graphics improved. So, I don't know. Still prefer Pixel, but that's all I have to say about that. Last two for the 3DS, I have Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. So I never played Ruby and Sapphire, but I played this one, and my starter was Trico? I think that was the first one's name. I got the Gecko. It was fine. Nothing too crazy. There was a lot packed in one game, and I think I might have appreciated it more had I actually played Ruby and Sapphire. The enemy teams were cool though. Team Aqua and Alpha and Omega. I don't remember. The fire guy, the pirate water people, and like the fire magma scientists. It was cool. They had tension between them. You can't deny it. Also Pokemon Moon. The last one I had for the 3DS, which I think was the last one released for it. I have very complicated feelings on Pokemon Moon. I don't super love the island thing. It makes the world feel very broken up and fragmented. I think the legendaries were really cool. I think the team was cool, and I think the starters were good. I got Rowlet. But I don't know. The alpha beasts, the big beasts, I didn't like them. And again, I didn't like how broken up it was. Yeah, I didn't get Ultra Moon. It's alright. It was okay. I did not play Sword and Shield, but I did play Pokemon Scarlet. I like the past forms better than the future ones. And I thought the world was nice. I don't know. I enjoyed it, but that was also because I was coming back to the series after a long time, and I had a lot of nostalgia riding on the games. So I was just excited to have another Pokemon game in my hands, but there were admittedly a lot of issues. The performance wasn't fantastic, and the graphics weren't great, but I appreciate it being in, like, the new era. I think it was themed after Spain, if I remember correctly. Like, that's cool. The architecture was cool, the towns were cool. Customization was lackluster. Starters were fine. I picked, the Gator one. I don't even remember his name. And I finished it, but I didn't do, like, the end game stuff. Post game. Your poor Switch is just sitting there. Yeah, mine's somewhere. I know where it is, but I haven't played it in a hot minute. I think if I was gonna play it, I'd revisit New Horizons, which I also have complicated feelings on, interestingly enough. I'm curious to see what they'll do in the next installment, and I do really think they'll have a next installment. Because, well, Animal Crossing was, like, what, the second best-selling game on the Switch after their shoo-in for the best-selling game, Mario Kart. So, like, essentially it was the best-selling game, right? Because, of course, Mario Kart's gonna sell the best. It's Mario Kart. It did so well. They absolutely have to make a sequel. And my one main gripe is that the villagers, I feel, just didn't have a whole lot of personality, you know? The graphics were beautiful, the holidays were great, I loved the customization, but it might have been too much, you know? Like, did it take away from what Animal Crossing is as a franchise by putting everything in your hands like that? It's supposed to feel, like, warm and comfy and close to home and, like, play out sequentially over time, and you're supposed to get to know the villagers and grow with them, but all the pressure to suddenly make everything perfect and all the power to make everything the way you want it, exactly how you want it, might be detracting from the series as it was meant to be, you know? I don't know. I'm torn because I started with New Leaf, so I would like them to go back and get that feeling back a bit, but is that just nostalgia at this point? Like, can they recreate it? I don't know. And I also liked the customization as much as I'm, like, griping about it. Maybe not the terraforming. Like, I could do without that, but, like, the moving homes, fantastic. I wish we could have had that in New Leaf. I can't tell you how many times they pop down in a flower patch. You haven't played it? I recommend playing it. If you like Animal Crossing or those sorts of games, I think it's definitely worth a play. But I think they could move back towards their roots a little bit. Just a little bit. I know it's not possible with how many villagers there are, like, what, 400 or 500? But I really would like it to feel more like the individual villagers are, like, individuals rather than all sticking entirely to their scripts. Like, all the lazy villagers are the same with a different coat of paint. All the jock villagers are the same. Except, like, one has, like, a different hobby. Like, they need more differences to make them feel more special. I like how the normal villagers look the most out of all of them, but there's only so many times you can hear, like, it's rainy out and I like baking, or I hope you're having a good day. I am. Before it's like, alright, you're the same person. I don't know. I'm hoping we'll hear news about the Switch's successor soon. And I hope, perhaps, another Animal Crossing is the flagship game. And if it is not, that it will be released soon after. I hope. Man, that got me on a very lengthy yap sesh. I'm gonna have to get my other games and add them to my tier list. Felt good. I mean, I guess that's what I'm doing. I'm just chatting, right? That's what the stream says I'm doing. I haven't had a just chatting stream since, like, my first month of streaming ever. So, 2 months. Because I'm only on month 3. It feels like it's been longer though, you know? I also want to do a tier list of the animes I've watched, but I'm debating on whether I want to do that in like a set video or a stream. You know? Burb. Burb. Also, TikTok had an update and I hate it. You can no longer hold down your finger on the side to speed up the video. You have to, like, go into, like, the video settings. I do not think that is a good thing. I'm having, like, real difficulties manipulating this box and this freaking word program. What are you doing? That's so weird. Alright. Sorry about my loud ass keyboard. It is the cross I must bear. Until I get a new one. It's cute though, it's green, so it matches my stuff, my setup. The aesthetics are sometimes more important than the utility to me, unfortunately. Hope everyone else is having a lovely Sunday, getting some stuff done. Even if you're not, I hope you're relaxing. Unless you're like me and you feel like you can't relax because you're not getting anything done, so you can't relax. In which case, I feel you. You're not alone. Kind of bops though. Okay. Let's see. Fix myself here. Uh-oh. Giant Eliza. There we go. I don't know, maybe the keyboard is like work ASMR. Eliza typing simulator? Well, heck and heck, this thing is missing page numbers. It's no good for me. I'll just guess. Hmm. Lizards don't have to do work. Lizards just lay on warm rocks. Sometimes I wish just turn into a lizard. Alas, I am but half gator. Gotta dance. Why I do that? If anyone's watching any shows right now, love to hear about those. Like I said, I'm going through the latest season of My Hero, which I don't know if all of it's out yet. I've been kind of in a slump watching shows because I've had so much to do and I've been like streaming during all my free time. But I've been trying to just watch it now and then, just to keep caught up on stuff. I've got a big list of shows I'm like half done with that I've been like trying to finish because I want to cross them off my list. It makes me satisfied. I'm decorating my little pamphlet and it's so freaking pretty. I'm ready to get an A plus a million on this. That is a real grade and they will give it to me. Guarantee it. Try to keep ahead on stuff because you never know when things might come around and start to overwhelm you. So the more you get done now, the less you have to do later. And then when I stream, I can just focus on streaming and having fun rather than worrying about like all the other stuff I gotta do. That's not fair to you guys. You don't want to come here to listen to me worry all the time. Or maybe you do. Maybe you're it's the kind of streams y'all like. In which case I need to change around my my approach. I'm an academic weapon. That's what I'm called. I said academic weapon to somebody the other day that did not know what I was talking about. Like, how have you not heard that? There's academic weapons and there's academic victims. I refuse to be an academic victim. Again. You're gonna text to Sister Gators asking if they can send me a picture of the old games that I gave them so I can use it for my tier list video. It has been inspired to me by my lovely viewers today. Shoot! That looks gross. I'm gonna look up a picture And there's no clear pictures of this certain flower I'm trying to find for my presentation. Or if I do find it, I put it in like a background removing software and it's like, we don't accept these kinds of pictures. To that I say, shut up. Oh heck. Well, you can only make a presentation look so fire. You can only do so baller of a job. Oh, I am tall. This song reminds me of Bee and Puppy Cat, if you guys remember what that was. I was first introduced to it via the 3DS little video tool thing, and they showed the pilot episode for that. Then I found out it was like a real thing. Quite cute. I've seen a lot of videos about like the story of it and everything, because they're like, oh, it's actually really deep. Which yeah, it is. But it seems like a really silly, kind of simple show to be like, have that much going on, you know? Yeah. Go. Probably should have studied more at the beginning of the stream rather than yapped about DS games, but I don't care. It's my stream, I can yap if I want to. Let's see, that was the end of that one. Let me find another one. Copyright free. Go. But I'm really. Oh, I know why it's quiet. So I have the volume on this turned down. There we go. Didn't we just hear this one? I swear we just heard this one. That one sounds new. I hate the feeling of feet falling asleep. Can't find anywhere comfortable. Hey! Welcome back. We're coolin'. I've almost finished this one thing here, which is good. It's annoying though, because the document itself has like loads and loads of pages. But we're only supposed to do like a short little thing on it, so I'm always like thinking I'm not doing enough, you know? What? Look at her boogieing down. That's also a fun emote. You got so many fun emotes. I always love checking out emotes from other people's channels. Welcome back for a bit. Good to have you. Taking a break from the game? Was it filling you with rage? Also, may I ask what game I'd ask questions? Because oh no, please ask questions. I could use a break. I named it studying, but it's more like doing mindless busy work to get ahead. So I'm really I'm all ears. Questions are very appreciated. Do I know Hollow Knight? I have not played it, but I love it. Little guy is so cute, the story's so cool, the music goes hard. I don't know if I could do it because I get mad quickly, but I love Hollow Knight. Are you playing Hollow Knight? I've watched many people play it. Where's Silk Song, am I right? I love going into Nintendo Directs or like any game direct. Like there was that one, was it Sony special a couple months ago or something? And everybody in chat was just like, where's Silk Song? Where's Silk Song? And a couple people were like, bro, there's not gonna be Silk Song here. But that won't stop. I know Team Cherry is probably doing their absolute darndest to make sure the game turns out really well. But man, I feel bad for you guys that have been waiting for this. Filling the void. Haiku. Do you make haikus? I have not heard of that one. Silk Song is not real. No, don't give up hope. It'll happen. Eventually. Shaw, get good. As they say. Let me write a haiku real quick. Ahem ahem. I gotta do it on my computer. I can't see it. Wish just that that came in 2020. Ahem. 5. There. That's a haiku. Vader works real hard. She loves her happy green pond. She will bite you hard. Yeah. Very nice, very good. Thank you. I see. Does it play similarly to Hollow Knight? I like the little guy. I like that one gif of him on Discord just absolutely throwing it down. Getting stinky with it. I'd probably play it at some point. Again, those games are difficult for me because I get very frustrated, but maybe. I like the aesthetic of it. It's got a very clear art choice and I can appreciate that in a game. Easier, good, beginner Metroidvania. I see. I see. I've not played a Metroidvania before. I'm intrigued. Or you're just good. Little cat. Love that. Love to look into that. Background remover, my beloved. I'd love it if Twitch approved my emotes so people could use them. Gotta go, but we'll lurk. Alright, see you around. I'll be here for, longer. I don't know how much longer. Here till I don't want to work no more. Which is already passed, but I'm pushing through it. Mostly because I want to stream and talk to you guys. I also lurk. Now you go there. Now you go there. Gotta find the reference. And I gotta do my lovely hanging indent. There. Well, it's something. I don't know if it's the best thing I've ever made, but it's something. Random question. Love that. Shoot. Go ham, as they say. Are you asking if forgiving someone else can heal you, or if it's just a way to try to move forward? Or are you saying is being the person who is being forgiven, will it really fix things, or does it just kind of put a band-aid on it? Both. Okay. Well, in theory, in the theory of, you know, true forgiveness, I'd say it fixes things if the person has truly and wholeheartedly been forgiven. But I would say that true forgiveness is very rare. Because if someone had hurt you in a way that you had to forgive them, there will always be a part that remembers. You know? Like, no matter how, like, good of a person you are, or how forgiving, or how, understanding, I would say there's always going to be a human part that remembers. But even if that's the case, and even if they remember, and even if forgiveness has supposedly been had, time makes the remembering less potent. And it allows the forgiveness to actually settle in and be real, I'd say. As to the person being forgiven, I'd say it's the same thing. It's... even if it's maybe half-hearted in the beginning, if you've been forgiven, or, you know, they say they forgive you, time will allow that to really settle in. That is what I say. Interesting questions. Very good. Very philosophical. I love the way I'm able to sway. Yeah, I'm sure you've gathered quite an interesting selection of answers. Next one kind of similar. Let's hear it. Shoot. Also now I'm working on a presentation looking at the methods of chytrid fungus in amphibians. So essentially the methods and the specific ways in which scientists study it and work in field populations. Is it ever possible to truly understand another person's experience? No. I will be firm on this one. That is a very good question. I do not think it is ever truly possible. And I took a philosophy class, and I wrote my final paper on whether reptiles possess a consciousness. And what I had determined in that class, and what we had all determined, is that, well, one of the things, at least in one of the papers, is it's impossible to put yourself in another person's shoes, in another animal's shoes, because what you're going to be doing is putting your consciousness in their body. You cannot wire your brain the same. You cannot have the same preconceived ideas built off a lifetime of stored knowledge and experience that will give you the same perception on things as they have. It will still be you in their skin, essentially. Side note, what I determined for my paper is that they do possess some sort of consciousness, although perhaps on a more primitive level than us. And that mostly came from my observations of certain reptiles engaging in behaviors that did not align with simple survival, right? Like, they did things that, and it's hard not to anthropomorphize them, but they seem to be doing it simply because they enjoyed it, right? My bearded dragon spends hours looking out the window. He's not gray. He's not searching for predators or bad things necessarily. He gets flat and comfortable, and he indicates all physical signs are relaxed, right? I assume he just does it because he enjoys it. I watch movies with him sometimes and show him my computer screen, and he just sits and watches, and again, he's indicating no signs of hunting or any biological function. So that and a couple other reasons, I don't know, I think they have a certain consciousness to them. But on the topic that you were asking about, with that, it's still just essentially me putting myself in their shoes. Yeah, you get what I'm putting down. You're picking up what I'm putting down. At the end of the day, it's going to be you in their shoes. I can try to think about what it would be like to be one of my viewers, or one of my siblings, or one of my friends, or my neighbor, or anybody, but like the mix of like different chemicals and different genetic makeup, giving them different, chemical signals to experiences they're receiving, to, combined with the stimuli they've experienced growing up, just creates entirely unique situations. So you can empathize, like you can absolutely have the same experiences or similar experiences, but you can't feel them or process them in the same way, Which is just fascinating to think about. I mean, like, I've collabed with a couple people at this point, and we have shared things that we do. We play video games, we talk, we stream. That's the similarities we possess, and slowly I've come to find other similarities I have with these folks. But I've got no idea what's going on in their head, you know? Like, they have no idea what's going on in mine. We stream probably for similar reasons, but not the same. And we do things all for our own reasons that maybe I'll never really get the way they get it. Good question. Eliza's philosophy class and study session. Come in, drink some tea, and stare at a wall. A little personal? Okay. Yeah, depending on how personal, I may opt some out, but shoot. Feet in my chair. Keep flashing everyone with my belly. My pale belly. Also, let me know if this, the music's going through too loud. I'm trying to make it, like, nice and soft in the background. All the other VTubers I know personally, or just know, is there one that doesn't deserve their followers or popularity? Well, with the VTubers I know, I only know personally two, the ones I've collabed with, and I think they absolutely deserve their popularity, and I think they deserve more, to be honest. I think they're both very fun. They're not really putting on a character, they're just being themselves. And from what I've found with them, they're good folks. They're fun and create good vibes in their streams, and I think they do deserve more popularity. Doesn't deserve their followers or popularity. I can't think of any. The VTubers I've seen and personally been invested in are all ones who have really, really worked to get where they are. At least in some capacity, you know? Like, they built themselves up. And they weren't always where they started. I mean, there's some channels that I've, like, popped in and just haven't really, like, scratched the spot in my brain, you know? Like, not every VTuber is gonna be everyone's favorite, and not everyone's gonna be, like, the most interesting to them, but I don't think that means they don't deserve it, you know? Because everyone's got an audience out there somewhere. You just gotta find them. That's a good question, though. It's also difficult for me to say they don't deserve it, because I've seen how hard it is to make it. I mean, I've been here for, what, 3 months? And I've grown pretty steadily, and I'm very grateful for the growth I've had and the following I've developed, but it's hard. Like, it seems... It's easier than a lot of jobs I've had, not that it's a job or, you know, anything like that. Because you are just sitting here at a computer, but the stuff that goes on behind the scenes and the effort a lot of people make into their content, especially those that, like, put out consistent stuff or try to do other stuff besides just streaming, like singing or making videos or animating, like, that's crazy. And they're doing so many more things than just streaming to people. And there's a lot of setup that required to get just where I am now, even with my amount of people I have here. So I think everyone deserves it if they're, you know, they're working towards it. They got here. And they're having fun. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have a lot of respect for my fellow creators out there. There's a lot of fun stuff that goes on in this community. I don't have, like, the fanciest setup either. I remember I was like counting down the days till my mic and my camera arrived so I could start. I was so excited. And then my first stream, I forgot to click record or add any tags, so really no one was there. But it was good practice. Everyone starts somewhere. And I still am forgetting to like turn off sounds, and like sometimes I'm muted during my intro. Oh, no. No such thing. Love questions. It's a nice break. But I've also seen like professionals, like HoloLive members, start a stream muted, and then they gotta like take a break for a few minutes to like figure it out, and then they come back and then they're like, sorry guys, and I'm like, man, that's so me. I feel that. And everybody in chat is like, haha, they're muted, haha, technical difficulties. And it's fun because everyone's really lighthearted about it. They're just like, ah, you silly. It's fun. I do a good deed in order to feel good about it. Is it kindness or business? Does the inherent goodness in the deed come from your intentions or the action? Is it about the journey or destination type beat? That one's tricky. Because at the end of the day, you did the good deed. But it's like a very wealthy person choosing to improve a hospital or orphanage just for votes rather than just for the good of it. I suppose, I don't know. I mean, I would say as long as the intention isn't nefarious, you know, it's a fun word. If you didn't do something good in order for something bad to happen to someone else, or some roundabout way for some negative to come of it, I don't know. I guess I would argue that maybe it doesn't matter. Like if you're, you know, one of those people who like, you know, gives a homeless person some food, but you just do it to like record it and post it on the internet and then you take the food away after, that's not a good deed. But if they keep the food and you like, you truly did like give them the thing, like it's a good deed, but the intentions were not entirely pure. In that case, I'd say, you know, in that case, I'd say no, it's not a good deed because it's kind of exploitative. I don't know. Because then when you think about it like that, it's like, yeah, if you're just doing nice things to get votes or to get popularity, then it's exploitative and not good. You know what? Yeah, I guess I would go the other way then. I guess the good deed would be based on whether or not it was done for the purpose of being good, or if it was done for selfish reasons. No. It depends, but I would say that, I suppose. Are you like, do you have these written down out of curiosity, or are you like looking up like really deep questions? Because these are all very good and very thought-provoking. But I'm curious as to if you've have these compiled. Which would be smart, I guess, if you're asking them to multiple VTubers. Some you know on the top of your head. Ah. You are the compiler. It is in your noggin. Sounds cute. Genie-san. Genie-san. Your head is filled with random thoughts. Feel that, dude. Feel that. Sometimes too many thoughts, huh? Not you. Me. But I guess that can go for anybody. Suffering an important part of being human. Yeah. To a degree. Not gonna, you know, get into it, but, like, I feel like I've gotten where I am because of stuff. Everyone's been through something to some degree. And like, I don't know, it gives you empathy towards others. It gives you an appreciation for things that maybe you didn't appreciate before. It's a recognizing your own mortality type of thing. So, yeah. It's unfortunate. And too much of it can push people to, you know, having... It's all still human in the end, but it could push people to, like, really being too unhappy, and then they lose sight of all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, to a degree, yeah. Also, side note, I saw you use the angry Eliza emote. At the end of the streams, I get a little stream summary saying, like, here's how many people popped into your stream, here's how many people saw you on the front page, here's how many people used different emotes. And usually it's mostly like the happy ones, but after the stream, when I look at it, it's gonna say like, one person used the mad one, and I'll know exactly when it was used. Ha, no. It's just a emoji that hasn't been used this stream. So I know when I see it at the end of the stream, I'll be like, ha, that was Darth. Also, interestingly, it shows me the different countries that people streamed from, which is cool. I always love seeing, like, people from all over the world pop in. Wah! Now it's gonna be like, you used 10 terrified. Oh, that was my neck. Stretch. Sorry, Eliza Billy Flash. Stretch. Ugh. We get things done, chat. Do I judge myself by the same standards that I judge others? No, I'm much harsher on myself. I do not follow the advice that I give to other people. And I say that in that I'll be like, oh, don't be too hard on yourself, you're doing great, like, take time to yourself, it's really important. And then I'll, like, bust my butt overwork. I overwork myself to the point where I get physically, like, I get sick. And my body makes me take a couple days where I'm like just feeling like utter crap. But it's not really because I've caught something, I'm just like overworked. And then I'll have people call me out like, didn't you say you need to take time for yourself? And I'm like, what do you mean? Why would I take time to myself when I could do all of this stuff at the same time right now? Yeah, that's one of my weaknesses, I guess. Too harsh. Someone's spouting hypocrisy, that's crazy. I will throw moss at you. A big ball of moss. Ha. I don't do like the... It's not necessarily like I tell people to clean up after themselves and then I don't. Like, I'm a very cleanly person. But it's like trying to tell people like, oh, be nice to yourself, take naps, let yourself relax, and I never let myself relax. Sometimes I do. When I nap, I make myself go to sleep, then I relax, but when I'm up, it's all over for you bozos. It's over. All of it. I suppose. Come to my channel. Speak to me in my house. Call me a hypocrite. You missed me yapping about all my DS and 3DS games. But that's okay. I'm gonna make a video about it. It'll be edited like a pro. And it definitely won't just use like the same 3 tools I've been using for my past edited videos, which is just inserting audio and text. I'm a pro. Ha. The house that I keep my Ethernet cable into and steal the Wi-Fi from for my computer and my pond. Also, my pond is my house. I have a little cave. Tiny cave filled with soft moss. But yeah, sometimes I go into the house that I have my Ethernet cable routed into, and everyone runs, so I get to sit on their couch for a while and eat fish. And then I leave. Ha! Share my moss. Yeah, sure, I got plenty. I got some on the rocks behind me. I love moss. Love it. If I could lay in moss all day, I would. What am I even doing? I keep losing track of what I'm doing. I've heard this same song like a bajillion times. Can I find some other copyright-free cutesy music that's for a decent amount of time? Alright. Word? It's giving Animal Crossing. Whoa. It's pretty Eliza core, I'd say. Gator taking up a whole couch snout first. Snags watching TV. Yeah, and they open the door and they peek in. I just turn around. I like bellow at them. I'm like, "Arr." They leave. I'm back at the couch like this. This. What is this song? Let's see, what's this one? Alright, that's a little more study-esque. That first one was like very Animal Crossing-ish. Songs are shorter in this one. Word. Oh, this is cute. Kind of Studio Ghibli-esque. Feel me on this one, chat. I'm happy that y'all are hanging out with me. Last time I had a, just kind of hangout study stream, not a lot of folks were here, but it's nice having people to talk to. I promise, I pinky promise you aren't bothering me. If I could lift up my hand and show you my pinky, I would. Here, hold on. Oh, heck, wrong button. Where is it? There I am. Nope, that's not showing up. Pinky. Wait, yeah, there's my pinky. Ooh, another question. Let's see it. Is trust something that is offered by the giver or earned by the receiver? When you meet someone new, do you start by trusting or mistrusting them? I'm leaning my head back, that's why it looks weird. It depends. I would say it, I know I've said that for all of these, but I would say whether trust is given or received first depends on if the person starts by trusting them or not. I'd say if you start with mistrust towards a person, then trust will come from that person offering it to you. And if you start by trusting that person, then you will earn their trust. You know? And typically, I'm one of those that starts by trusting people. Even if that bites me. Which sometimes it has. Why is there these weird clinking sounds in this song? You hear that? Yeah, I'm not crazy. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I end up losing trust in people. But you know, if I start out trusting people, I find it easier for them to trust me. I used to be the other way around, but I don't know. I guess things changed. Whether for the better or worse remains to be seen, I suppose. Little game music. It's cute, but I don't know if it fits the vibe of this particular thing. Let's try this one. We heard this one before. It's like the same playlist. Sometimes mistakes are better than missed opportunities. Yeah, I agree. You learn a lot of things from mistakes you've made. Alright, this one's kind of cute. But I agree. I would rather learn from a mistake than regret that I missed out on something. What? Can I not play it well? Oh, do I have to go to... Yeah, there we go. Sorry again, Gator? Why are you apologizing? What are you going to do to me? Are you up to no good? The giggling looks like you're up to no good. Oh, no, don't apologize. Like I said, it's kind of keeping me paying attention to my work a little bit better, if I'm being honest. Which sounds like counterintuitive, but it's the truth. There we are. This background is so gross. I need a crisper background image. Let me know if the volume's not doing too hot. A perfect clone of me was created right down to the tiniest detail. Would it be or somehow be missing something? Well, are we talking just physical? Like, does it have my memories? And every detail. Okay. So, like, it also has, say, if I've been taking, like, a vitamin for a few years, it has all of that, like, built up and in my system. It's, I mean, it wouldn't be authentic, because it would have the memories and everything, but it wouldn't have actually been the exact creature to have experienced those memories. So I would say it's missing... It's missing its existence in the time that the memories were created. That's what I'd say. Because if it wasn't present during the time, yeah. Sure, it's got the memories, but is it really there? I don't know. I mean, I do know it wasn't. No, I don't want freaking Pinterest notifications. What are you gonna notify me? There's a new picture. Ooh. Pinterest gamer. No, I'm just on Pinterest looking for pictures for my project I'm working on. Because I'm trying to make a presentation, like a PowerPoint, but all of the background images I'm trying to find are too low quality, so I'm wondering if I download them straight from the Pinterest source, if they'll be crisper. If I could have one power, what would it be? To understand with and be able to communicate with any animal. And if you asked me this like 5-6 years ago, I would have said to fly, because I've always wished I could fly. I've had a lot of dreams where I could fly or couldn't fly, but wanted to. But I would really like to be able to ask my animals, like, is there anywhere you're hurting? Is there anything I can do for you? Is there something you wish that I wouldn't do that I do currently? Also, the advances I could make in veterinary technology would be astounding. What about you? What about you guys? If you had any power or could have any power, what would it be? I don't want any of that time manipulation stuff. I think there's a reason we are in the time we're in now, and seeing into the future would mitigate a lot of the value of the present. Shape-shifting. Ooh, I think that might be a close second. Because then I could be the animal. And boy, oh boy, do I want to be a lizard on a warm rock. Yeah. I also think it'd be cool to be a bird. You know, to fly. It's still saved rather crunchy. Yeah! Oh, you're already on top of it. You already knew what I was gonna say. Yeah, being an animal would be cool. Trying to find a green picture still, and none of them are hitting. None of them are slapping, chat. Not giving, as it were. I heard of one person talking about a power they wish they could have. Where, like, they would change the percentage of things. Like, the percentage chance you'll win the lottery. The percentage chance you'll get a very bad disease, make it really low. Percentage chance that you'll get promoted. Percentage chance you'll, like, grow your hair out a lot, you know? That was a little OP, but that's something. Easy way to get out of conversation. Oh, look! What's that over there? Then I'm a very small frog or vole or something and skitter away. So what are they gonna do? Get upset at you? No. I'm a frog. I do what frogs do. Manipulation. Yeah. Well. It's also something. Where the heck are any of the HD... Doki Doki. Maybe slowing down time, but you move just as fast, you get more... Oh, true! Like, you could take a break and actually, like, get a nap in before something, or, like, do all your homework and then have, like, all week to do stuff. Days are way too short. I would also like it where, like, say if I had a job where I could do it, where I could get all my work done in, like, my frozen time bubble, and then still get paid, and have, like, the rest of the week just to live and exist and do things that I want to do. Because I feel like there's not enough time for that when you have, like, work or a lot of school, you know? Especially if you got like a really physical job that's just very tiring. I've been there. It was miserable. I wasn't able to do anything, and when I came home I was too tired to do the stuff I wanted to do. And then I started streaming. Stuff like internet computers, like, that's what I'm saying, like, maybe, what if you could, like, speed up anything in the time bubble with you? Because that's what I was thinking, because one of the jobs I'd had, there was, like, a lot of machines and things that I'd have to operate to get the work done. So, yeah. But if you had, like, I don't know, what job would you be able to do in, like, frozen time with just you? Deliveries? If you're like a mailman, mail person? And if you could like take things with you in the time, like packages? Yeah, because if you... Because if it's just you that speeds up, like what about your clothes? Do those count, or are you Nikki? Your contact lenses, your glasses, all that little stuff that's maybe not necessarily like you. Does that count? If so, maybe I can make other things count. Traffic jams would be even less. They would. They would. Less fun than they are now, which is so fun. Just a ball. A barrel of beans. It's been one of my favorite things to say recently, a barrel of beans. Fun as a barrel of beans. Maybe you could speed read for fun if you have a lot of physical books or go to the library. Yeah, because then you could be like super smart. Or way like super well read in a subject that you normally wouldn't have any time to study. Every test is open book. True. You could pause it. You're always gonna be the first one done. I was frequently the first one done on tests. Sometimes I would wait on purpose to make it seem like I didn't do it too fast. And it's not because I rushed. Frequently it was because I studied so well that I like just knew all the stuff immediately. Crammed that. You're losing me, chat. I'm getting EP. Thought about it. If you could speed up your computer, would you have to constantly reset its clock? Ooh, that would be annoying. I guess. Unless you just didn't care about that anymore because time is now irrelevant to you, you know? Like, would it matter? At the end of the day? I don't know. Computer is like 20 years ahead. Yeah, you take it to get it fixed and the guy's like, what the heck did you do to it? And you're like, I don't know, man. Fix it. You just age faster than everyone. See, if I aged faster than everybody, I just wouldn't do it. Because then I'd outlive everybody that's important to me. I'd rather just live in the moment with them. I'm gonna grab a light snack real quick. I will be right back. I'm gonna pause the audio just when the beat drops. And we're gonna bam, bam, thank you, ma'am, be right back. There we are. Hi. They would outlive me. Well, that's still sad, because then I'm still without them. Thank you! Sorry, a little jump scare. I'm getting back in my seat. Music playing. Kinda sounds like Mario Kart music. You hear it, or is it just me? Hi! Aw. appreciate how excited y'all are when I come back. Aw, you miss me. Whoa, little frog. You need more questions. Ask away. I'm just doing like an annotated bib right now, so you have my full, mostly attention. They don't have to be deep either if you want to just like ask about me or the stuff that I like or do. Although I'm pretty open about that stuff, so I can't think of anything to ask. Favorite game sound. Oh, you can't make me pick one. Okay. Favorite game soundtrack has to be between Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, Animal Crossing New Leaf, Fire Emblem Echoes. Sims 3 is a runner-up. Top 5 at most. Okay. Then Elder Scrolls Morrowind, Elder Scrolls Skyrim, Animal Crossing New Leaf, Fire Emblem Echoes, and... Ooh. Spyro. The first 3. I can't pick one. That one's more of a toss-up, though. But yeah, Sims 3 is a runner-up. Stardew's really good. I do like Stardew. Stardew is also a pretty close runner-up, but it doesn't have the same, like, gut punch or, like, nostalgia factor that a lot of the other soundtracks do for me. It is also really good. Don't hate me. Is this Kirby? Arigato. Just wait until I get to the island. You're right, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm hoping it's bussin'. Bussin'. Slow that down. Bada bing. Nostalgia, the performance enhancer of your favorite X questions. Yeah. I have a lot of nostalgia with different games and stuff. Maybe I'll make a video or two about that. I don't know. I'm still learning the whole editing shebang. Any hoopst. I'm gonna go take a little break. Maybe a nap, maybe a walk. My brain's feeling a little fried and I'm getting a little tired. But thanks for hanging out with me for these 3 hours. It's pretty good. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for asking me some fun insightful questions. I appreciate it. It gives me something to talk about. I don't always know what to talk about with just chatting streams. This is not my forte. Um, but yeah, it's fun. I won't do these all the time, but they will be scattered amidst my other streams. Please feel free to come hang out. Thank you guys very much. I will see you next time. Chop chop!